The last thing I remembered from summer 16 was you.
Okay, so I'm obsessed with this show. And as soon as it ended, I was like, well, now I need to read the book. I need to know. So for you, where does the inspiration from this come? It's so twisted. It's so good.
Well, I'm always really interested in the question of what do you do with yourself when you have done something horrible?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we've all done things that we regret, and this is just turning this up to 11. And it's a story or a question that comes up in my books all the time. And so I'm writing from that place.
How involved were you, like on set, or did you go visit set, or did you not really?
So I am an EP on the show, and I also wrote the finale. And I was involved with the casting process, the location scouting. I was on set for 10 weeks. Did I say I wrote the finale? Yes, I did say that. And then I gave notes during post-production, and I really loved the post-production process, just watching the episodes over and over and giving notes and thinking about how the story was really, you know, coming together in that editing process.
What was it like for you, like literally in front of your eyes watching your book come to life?
I was basically hyperventilating all the time.
I mean, it's going to be pretty cool to know, like, this story that you wrote is, you know, out there. And like I said, I think more people will discover your books that way, because I immediately was like, I have to read this, and I have to read every book by this author. So I love this kind of story, you know?
Oh, I'm so glad.
So what does it mean to you to know that, you know, this is another way for people to find your work?
I think any author who is still finding readers for a story 11 years after it was published is counting their blessings. You know, a lot of books go out of print, or a lot of books just sort of fade off and are only selling a couple hundred copies a year. And, you know, I have been so lucky to have an ongoing readership for this book. And now there will be a bigger one thanks to this series. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this show. Like, I watched it all in 2 days. I was crying at the end. Like, it's phenomenal. What would you guys say it was about the book that really made it able to adapt for the screen?
What you just said.
You just said you were crying for 2 days. I have a small handful of books that I can rattle off that have made me cry so hard that my contact lenses fell out of my eyes from the tears. And one of them is Fault in Our Stars. One of them is The Book Thief. And one of them is We Were Liars. And when you have an experience like that, all you want to do is take that opportunity to share it with the rest of the world in your own medium. And we're just thrilled we got to do it.
Yeah. What was your collaboration with E like on this?
It was really pleasant. I mean, there's different levels of author involvement in various adaptations, and we invited her into the writer's room from the jump. She was with us for the first 10 weeks of the writer's room, and then she also wrote our finale. And it was a really great experience. To be honest, I thought it was going to be really hard for her, because I know that I would be protective of my book, and just in the nature of the business, you have to make changes. I thought it was going to feel like she was watching somebody do surgery on her baby. But no, she really trusted us as the babysitters. And to be honest, there were things in the book that I was clinging to white knuckled. And then Emily
would be like, that doesn't really matter.
And I'm like, I'll die.
I was the mediator in between Emily Lockhart being willing to let anything go, and Carina being like militantly, obsessively, like refusing to part with a word.
It's my favorite book. So when book talk inevitably gets mad about changes made, just know I too am mad. I am one of you.